Hey guys, how are you? Hope all is well. Hey, I wanted to tell you real quick about something that I learned yesterday. My son Nicholas did a book report on a book that he read, and he had me proof it. So I was reading and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really interesting. The boy could write. He didn't get that from me. Anyway, he wrote about a terrible event that happened in 1911 in New York City, and it was a factory that caught on fire. But the way that the employers had everything sealed off to prevent the employees from stealing from them or taking longer breaks. They couldn't get out. Many of them had to jump through the windows, or a lot of them just suffocated or burnt alive. It was awful. And you're like, why is she even telling us this? This is not motivating. It'll get there. We have to know where our past is. We have to know a little bit of our history. So ask the people that are older in your family, hey, where do we come from? Like who, was anybody, did anybody come in through Ellis Island? How did we get here? Like, because we are all from somewhere, guys. Ta-da! Ask, because we need to be grateful for where we are today and the rights that we sometimes take for granted. A lot of those women were barely like, they were like 14 was the youngest girl that died. They were 14 to 43 years old. They worked 86 hours a week, not 2 weeks, a week. And I know they worked on Saturdays because the fire was on a Saturday. And I did the math. And they worked 14 and a half hours a day. And they only got paid for like, the amount of garments they made, or by the dozen. And out of that, they would take out money for the needles that they used, the chair they used, the machine they used. It was insane. Like, what? And we take for granted that we can take breaks now and we don't have to pay for the chair we sit on. And it didn't just happen. Like people for like after that fire, there was a woman, Frances Perkins. What I learned from my son, yo. She like advocated for women and labor laws, and guess what? She fought up, so much that she eventually became the first woman on the cabinet. Like what? She was hot. But anyway, thanks to her, we now have labor laws and all of that. Oh, I don't know what else, but I'm gonna find out, because guess what? We need to learn, because the more, what's the little dog say? The more we read, the better we know, right? Or something like that. But we need to know. We need to educate ourselves. Why? So that we could be thankful for what we are, what we have today, and just, gosh, we take so many things for granted, guys. Be thankful for where you are today and find out about your past. Was anybody in that fire? Find out. Sometimes we need to ask where we came from to know where we're going. Peace out. See you next Monday.